All this is designed for me. When I look at it, it starts moving. Psychological warfare, couples holding hands, everything. You've seen it all in all my videos. For the people who believe me, who have watched a lot of my videos, thank you. For the people who doubt me and have certain questions that they need answered, for them to even to say, okay, I'm looking at you in positive intentions. I want to believe you. But I have certain doubts about this and this and this, then please mention them, guys, and I will answer them for you. As long as you have good intentions, you're not coming in here to waste my time or my energy and make me feel miserable and tell me, oh, you're schizophrenic, you're this, you're that. And that's fine too. You could tell me those things, and I always put those comments out. I don't block them, I don't delete them, and I'm glad you guys are commenting, even for the ones who have to say bad things to me. Because you can't just have the good stuff, you gotta take the bad stuff with it too. That's what makes it real. I don't block any comment out there, and I accept and I embrace every single comment that you guys send me, even if it's coming from the entity that's my main enemy. Because in the end, guys, believe it or not, they're still human beings too. But I am tired of trying to go out of my way lately in my videos to prove certain things, you know, because it doesn't make me feel good. And that's a tactic of my enemy, to send his people to make me do that. Not to say that all the ones that doubted me were from there. Don't misunderstand me. But in general, that's what they try to do to me. Now, I feel amazing today. I'm not gonna say cloud number 9 because that doesn't exist in my torturous bubble. But considering what I'm surrounded with, the circumstances, I'm in a very good mood today. And I got from down here exactly what I wanted to get, 100%. This is gonna be a tough war. I'll probably never come out of this bubble, but I'm still gonna keep going forward to show you guys, eventually, to enough people, my life and what I'm going through and what it's made out of. And that's about it, guys. We pretty much covered everything today. There's not much more to talk about. I'm gonna relax a bit here and have a smoke, and we'll head back home. This, again, for the 3rd or 4th time, this is your host Truman, broadcasting from the heart of the bubble. The cleaning, see the cleaning there? Broadcasting from the heart of the bubble. This is episode 5. Today is July the 13th, 14th, is it? It's a Saturday, 2019. Nothing special today, the usual maneuvers. Overall, less trucks, less noise, lots of dogs on leashes, as you see across the street. Lots. This means the enemy is afraid. When they do things like that, they try to re-put them over and over your face again. That's fear coming from the enemy's side. Watch out, you're on a leash. Watch out, watch out. When they have a need to say this to you over and over again, it means they're afraid. So, we're doing a very good job, guys. Don't forget, I'm all alone. I live in this torturous world. Everyone's against me. I don't have one person to talk to make me feel better about myself. Or if I did, I would show you on video right away. I've showed you in the past a lot of the conversations that the people I know have with me, and what they do around me, and how they implement the noise and the movement, and what kind of stories they talk to me about. Stories that are no good for you, psychological warfare, or bad things, or always about drugs, or sex, or meaningless things. Nothing to emotionally nurture you. Nothing like, how do you feel today? You know, what's wrong? Talk to me, whatever. None of that. Now, we know in reality, we don't expect strangers to come up to you and say that to you. But overall, I have never ever had these kind of conversations with anybody. I've always been enslaved in this bubble. I was born in it, and I'm still in it. And now it's trying to take different shape for it to last longer. The people who designed it are trying to give it a different, long-lasting shape now. So I can't get to it legally. I won't be able to escape it geographically. They're taking all the necessary measures, the preemptive measures, to keep me in it, imprisoned forever. Because I woke up. And when someone wakes up, then he's going to be able to understand and read everything that's happening around them. And that was 10 months ago, 11 months ago almost. They have done the impossible in the last 11 months, maybe spent over $2-3 billion to keep me in here. Because they've done a lot of work worldwide. In other countries, they had to set up the same system as a preemptive measure in case I go there, for them to grab me at the airport and keep me in the bubble throughout the country. Takes a lot of setup. Unfortunately, the time I could have gone and gotten away, I wasn't equipped with the right knowledge and the right intensity to escape it. Now that I could do that, I'm still not equipped economically. I will be soon, but that's besides the point. That won't be able to help me because the logistics are already set up in all the countries worldwide. A year ago, none of them were set up. There were only a couple to the countries that I have been to, and mostly at airports. They can contact them ahead of time and set something up, but overall, they would have had to set it up in the city and the stores. The bubble has to include a certain amount of people in it for it to function properly. From drivers to people to replace people in stores, to for the stalkers on the street, for the nice looking women, for the couples, for the elderly in canes, for the electric wheelchairs, so on and so forth. You guys know it all. So the bubble has to consist of all these elements. They have to prepare all that. You can't have that done in a day or two. It takes months. And they've had over a year now to do it in every single country, to grab me right at the airport and from there keep me from within that bubble so I don't escape it. So the logistically, they had enough time to set up the whole system from right here, right now, where I'm standing right now, in the middle of this bubble on Young and Bloor. If I had $20,000 on me right now and I could afford to travel for the next 2-3 weeks from one country to another to see if they exist there or not, I won't succeed. It's too late. I could have done this 10 months ago and I would have gotten away. Because guys, this bubble, once I'm out of it, it's over. It's over. Once I'm out of the bubble and in touch with real people, there's nothing they can do. What are they going to do? Arrest me for no reason? They can't do that. Even if they try. They bring me back into the bubble, then I can get out again. Once you figure out how to come out of it. So it got to a point where, I can't do that no more. I can't come out of this bubble that way. What I could do right now is sit still in a place that's important and do my best to stay there as long as possible for infinite. If I'm gonna come downtown and bring them with me downtown, get them to do this and this, it doesn't really accomplish much unless I stay here, sleep over. Let's say, let me give you an example. Now for them to bring in their crew and to set it up, let's say in this building and this shopping center across the street, for example. How do they do that? They need the time. They need to know where I am, even if I'm coming here or not. Now, let's say I live right across the street from here. Let's say I rent in a place behind the street, a small house, or I go buy a knapsack and I sleep on the street or behind this building over here, for example. And I'm there every day, 24 hours a day. But they can't have that place across the street, the bank and the building and that shopping center over there. They can't have them set up the whole time. They can't have their people sitting on chairs and hanging out in the mall the whole time. In case I come out in 3, 4, 5 minutes, by the time I get there, they're gonna have them replace them. It doesn't work that way. I have to be located close to a very important place, very important center where they can't keep people out of there for a long time or forever. And out of nowhere, pick the right time to boom, jump out of the place that I'm at and land in there in less than a couple of minutes. But you can't do jack shit there once you're around real people. You get it? You see how this bubble works? How it's imprisoning me? This is the reason why they've done this to my license. I owe $15,000 of tickets. I've never gotten one ticket in this country. I've gotten like maybe 10. I don't know. I could have owed 1,800, not 15. Then I looked at where they were given, places where I've never been to, where my brother's girlfriend used to live back in the days. I wasn't even in the country when I got them. So this is going to be our next step. I'm going to take them to the courts. These tickets, it wasn't me that got them. I could prove that I wasn't in the country. And I'm going to get my license. If I have my license and I can drive, they can't keep me in the bubble. if I could drive. It's impossible. Impossible. I will save my money, a couple of grand, jump in the car, and start driving. Either go to the States, drive from New York to LA. You guys think they can tap the whole way? Any place I want to drive to and change the people there? My fucking ass. Excuse my language. So there are two ways to escape this bubble. I gotta have a license and a car, my own car, because in my bubble, nobody's gonna drive me where I want them to drive me and the way I want them to drive me. You get it? They belong to this bubble. Or even if I take the bus, the subway, at rush hour, you'd say, okay, well, I have an idea for you, brother. What about it's rush hour, downtown, all the cars are stuck, traffic. You jump on the subway that goes east and west and you go west. Bro, I already thought of that idea. You know what they did to me? They stopped the subway, created some kind of construction or a problem. They have the power to do that. Any vehicle that's under their control, I cannot use to escape. It has to be my own car or a rental with a license. Because to buy a car, it will take me forever. That's out of the question. I'll have to get my license back and rent a car for a week. And I'll see, you hear that loud laugh? That fake, shallow, remember I mentioned that to you before in the video? I hear that at least 20, 30 times a day. That's another characteristic, sign, tactic of this bubble that I hear a lot. So, whatever is supposed to make you feel, annoy you, distract you, make you feel, I don't know, demotivate you, whatever. Just like every single tactic has something to do to you. Now, the one way is the car, the license, and the other way is to sit still, like I told you, very close to a place, try to live there. I don't know how long. And then out of nowhere, one day, just boom, in less than 5 minutes, jump into that place where real people need to exist to work. Okay, that's it, guys. There's not much to say. We're done. Let's head back home. This is down subway entrance. Let's see what the best one is. Actually, it's the one over here. And we're done. We had a nice trip today. It was nice and light. We ignored everybody. We completely detached. It worked. I feel amazing. I haven't seen anybody. I don't remember anybody. All I remember is a lot of dogs because I had to mention them to you guys. Now, next time I won't need to. The less I have a need to mention to you things in my videos, the less they will affect me. Because I won't look at them, I won't talk about them. That way it'll just be a quick glance, I won't even remember them. And I'll be on my way out of here then. The less you let this inner poison get to you, the stronger you will become eventually, and then the closer you will come out of the sooner you will come out of this torturous, bubble. This is the best way to protect yourself. You have to protect yourself. You have to. Because as tough as you think you are, and I know I'm pretty tough, everyone knows it, but it don't matter. You're still a human being after all. And all those psychologically warfare weapons that are being thrown at you do affect you. Whether you like it or not, whether you're trying to tell yourself they're not affecting you, whether they're only affecting you a tiny bit, which is possible, but they're still affecting you because you're a human being. All right? And the best way is to be on your guard and block them all off. They don't exist. Once you understand that nothing around you exists, and if it does, it's not for your own good, then what is the point of paying attention to it or even glancing at it or even trying to realize what it's trying to do? There's no point. It ain't gonna get you anywhere. So that's how you fight it. Now, that's not to say to come down here and hang out every day and keep blocking. No, that's stupid too. That means you use this everywhere you go while you're trying to accomplish things to come out of this bubble. Look what is in the ground. You know what that is? I told you guys I was addicted to opiates before in my life. That's what they use the strap in hospitals to inject you with anything. But that's what heroin addicts use to inject. So this is another tactic to try to remind you of drugs. So I look that way now. I see a girl with very short shorts. She grabbed her hand and just sort of grabbed the shorts from the back to pull it out of her ass. But this is see glancing. Even with glancing, they're ready for me. Even if I do a quick glance, I'm supposed to get a quick punch. Because they are punches in my world. Those aren't good things. Not to say anything bad about women with shorts or anything like that. They're beautiful creatures, but not for right now in my situation. Not for me. Not to see them this way. Not them doing these actions. For whatever it is. Or people in wheelchairs. Or people with canes. There's nothing wrong with that. But when you combine all these elements together and you surround someone with them 24 hours a day, and they're in a place where they can't get complete freedom and do the normal things that you guys can, then they become a torturous, lethal weapon. So, sorry guys, I gotta have another smoke, you know? We recorded quite a bit today. Actually, 2 hours and 35 minutes cleaning. 2 hours and 35 minutes, that's a lot. I've never recorded this much in a row. But it was fun. I did a lot of work. And it was fun work. I had fun with you guys today. It was good. See, back in the days before I used to film videos, they even had, you see this? Where is it? I don't know if you can see it. See the crane holding that thing? Guys, I swear to you, even that thing would be moving up and down around me. That's how bad my surroundings were activated. They're much less now because it didn't work. So they're keeping it in a way now where it doesn't look too obvious. I can't sue them legally this way for whatever's happening around me. It could pass by as a normal thing. It's not too close contact, and it's not a concentration of repeated events over and over again and by different people around you. They've cut that out. They've taken out the element that could have gotten them in trouble legally from my surroundings right now, and the certain hardcore videos that I had recorded, they stole them from me. So now I have no evidence that they're doing this to me hardcore, intense, and they're not giving me the reason to get the evidence. The only way I benefit from this is how? By my environment not torturing me as much, so I can think better and move better and come out of it. That's it. That's how I benefited. So, good day, all good. I'm gonna finish my smoke and get out of here quick. I'm right by the subway station, they know that, so now that gives them a chance to pile it up downstairs. Or maybe I'll lie and I'll go to the other side. I'm sorry guys to have 3-4 cigarettes, say goodbye, then start again. I have to do that in order to trick them. They're listening to me. Okay, they have my phone tapped. They're listening to me live. So, when I trick them, I get to a place quickly, it's not too packed. It's easier on me. When they know exactly where I'm heading, when I'm exiting, when I'm leaving downtown, they set it up. So just because I'm hanging around the subway station right now, they know it doesn't mean I'm gonna go in and leave right away. I could go walk that way again. I've done it before many times, I do it every time. I have to play my cards that way in order to keep the intensity off me. Keep that pressure off. And believe me, you can't trick these guys. At the beginning of the month, they thought I was going to leave the country. I woke up in the morning after I got the paycheck. I called this travel agency. Man, you should see what they've done to the streets. As soon as they got tricked into it, I didn't leave, I did something else. Everything changed on the outside. They can be tricked. You can mislead them and misdirect them. You have to. How else are you going to escape a prison? By telling the guards tomorrow morning at 4 a.m. I'm going to escape? It doesn't work that way. Or by telling them I'm going to come downtown every day and stay there the whole month, and hopefully eventually I'm going to sleep over, and one day I'm going to jump quickly into a mall and get real people. Well, if you say that to them, then they're going to do whatever it takes not to allow you to do it. And you have to trick them. You have to have a nice trick under your sleeve and hope to God that that trick will work that particular day, because you have a lot of investment into it. Time, money, preparation for 2 months, using misdirection elements, tactics, just the same way they use on you. There's no other way to, bypass that and escape them. You have to do a huge trick job with these people to escape this, or you can't. If they always get prepared for what you want to do next, you'll never escape. So that's how it is, guys. So let's go see what the subway's like, just to see. And how do we get to it? Now you're gonna hear a lot of noise on the inside because it's noise what they can attack me with the most on the. That's the subway, right? It's over there. So even the malls, inside the stores, the people that work in there, everything. It's all fake. It's all replaced. All of it. I've filmed certain places before where I go and ask the girl that works in there, what's your boss's name? She doesn't know. What's the store beside you called? She doesn't know. So they changed it quickly. It was kind of stupid of me to record it on the big phone. I should have recorded on the small camera and the whole mall. Then, but you gotta remember, I was under a lot of pressure, too much noise, couldn't think properly. But right now, if I were to do that, I'd record with the small camera, not let them know what's happening until I get enough evidence. By the time they find out and change it, it's too late. I grab the evidence that they're changing the people in those places for me. I already lost that battle. Can't bring it back. It's the noise. Once the noise and the stressful element gets off you a bit, you can think, you can function. That's why I couldn't do that properly. I can actually trick them into it, you know? That's the reason why. So we're going northbound. I guarantee you something's going to happen in the subway. They're going to stop it. There's going to be a problem. They're going to delay it. Because they have to really irritate me somehow, some way. If they couldn't do it with the people, they'll do it with the machines or the transport vehicles. Or a problem happens on the subway. Now you're going to get a lot of baby screams. Something to keep me irritated. Because they couldn't get the job done downtown. So now they're going to have to get it done somehow, some way before I get home. Because I can't possibly stay relaxed the whole time. I have to stay angry. Or stay demotivated, or stay irritated, or I have to. That's the whole point of doing this to someone. You know? So, elevator, eastbound, northbound. So, we're in the right place. It's funny, I've been here a zillion times. I still have to look for signs. Why? Because I never get the chance to look at these signs properly. I'm always surrounded with this junk. Guys, I've been in certain areas many times. Many times. And I've spent maybe time in those areas. And yet now, when I look at those areas, where are the washrooms? When I look at those areas, you know, I can't talk. I have to keep repeating. Why? Look what's happening around me. When I look at those areas, today, you shouldn't find this business. It's all fake. Bubble. This busyness kills you. So, in those areas, guys, you know, they're coming here, coming this way now. Always good timing, eh? You know, I couldn't find out what the store names were. I hang out at this corner in this plaza, and I go look the other day. There's a, what was it? Kind of like a computer upstairs, a guy who fixes computers. Guys, it's at the plaza that I go to every day around the corner of my house where I go to the convenience store to buy cigarettes. You see it in all my videos, right on Victoria Park and Shepherd. Now, there's a bunch of offices upstairs, and there's a guy upstairs who fixes computers. I didn't know that. And I lived there. I've been living there for years. I asked him, that guy's been open for years. I never had the chance or was able to look upstairs, up like this to see the sign because of all the madness that's around me the whole time, keeping me stressed and irritated. I never had the space to be able to look up at that place and see, holy cow, there's actually a, you know, now look what's here when you elevate. I was like, there's a computer guy who fixes used computers up here. So this goes to tell you how irritating my surroundings are, how I never had the chance to even know right by my house that there's a store that fixes computers. And this is what I went through for years and years and years. I went through that. See where the washrooms are. Years and years and years. So As you see, this is how, where are the washrooms here?
They're inside the station.
Where?
Inside the station or check the food
Yeah,
court.
inside the station. Where? The what side? That way?
Go downstairs.
Thank you. Thank you. So, this is how it's designed. It's designed for you not to see anything around you. It's designed for you not to pay attention to anything that's good for you in that corner or whichever place that you're in. The only thing that's grabbing your attention is this tons of noise and busyness around you, and these naked women almost running around and posing in front of you, and these things that are trying to depress you, the screens, and this is what grabs your attention eventually wherever you're at. So saying that now, makes me really, really, really feel good about myself to say, wow, I cannot believe I went through that phase. I asked her where the washrooms are. By the time I get here, the design is set up. I already smell a weird smell of something. I already see the cleaner in here. The machines are, oh shit. I walked into the women's bathroom. Look how screwed up I got. You see? You see what happens? But you get distracted. And how come these have hot water in them? Hot. Hot water. Because you're being attacked, constantly. And you have this flow of bad energy around you.